and a timer. This is the story of Nellie Louise Gilliland. Louise was born August 25th of 1912, and being a 10-pound baby, she was already well restarted with life. She was born in Greenridge, Missouri, and in 1918, the entire family, which was a family of 6 children and 2 parents, they were struck by the Spanish flu. Being all very ill, her father, being a resourceful man, had to hire a nurse to come in and take care of the family. As a result, they were all able to survive and go on with busy lives. They were very much, faith very much played a big part in their lives. Louisa's father was an attorney, and her mother taught Latin for a short time. They were people that came from a background of really believing that education was extremely important. Because she did not have a lot of playmates, Louise pursued music a lot and spent much time with the piano and vocal music. And as a result, she decided that she wanted to go to Central College in Fayette, Missouri. So she would just have to walk uptown in her little town of Greenridge and get on the Katy line of the train and head right over to Fayette, Missouri to Central. Of course, that Katy line is now what we call the Katy Trail, so rather historical. She got several years of college in and then had to stop due to the Great Depression, as well as her father being the owner of a hardware store. He went into bankruptcy because people during the Depression had such a rough time that they needed help, and he extended a lot of credit. He eventually recovered from this, but she had to stop and teach school, and so she would ride a horse from her folks' place in town out to the little town where she was teaching and back, and that's how she earned some of her money. However, some of it came from an aunt whose child had passed away while Louise was in college, and there had been a college fund set up for this deceased child, and the aunt gave it to Louise so that she could finish her education. So they were always very close through the years. Her first teaching job was in Plattsburgh, Missouri, and there she not only started the first band that the school had, but she met the love of her life, Orland Gilliland, and he was a history teacher there. She had the privilege also while she was there of starting some choir. She married Orland on June 12th in 1938 at a double wedding in her parents' home in Greenridge, Missouri. After a time, the newly married couple settled in St. Louis, Missouri, because teaching opportunities were better there. And while they lived there, which was an extended number of years, they had 3 daughters that were born. So Louise was not only a busy mother, homemaker, but also went back to her teaching career after school. She led numerous church choirs at their church, yet again, being able to transpose music on the spot. In fact, as a girl, she even was able to play for silent movies that were in the city park just spontaneously. As she watched the movie, she was able to accompany with music. Once she and Orland were retired, they decided to move to Greenridge, mother's hometown. And they had a very happy retirement there. They did some traveling, and they also enjoyed 7 grandchildren that came along. And from those 7 grandchildren that came along, there were 23 great grandchildren that came about as a result. So they were very blessed with their family and grandchildren. Great grandchildren, Aidan Martin was born. And